So guys, can you do this? Can you move your hips forwards but keep your shoulder back? Have a look at that. Can you move your hips forwards but keep the shoulder back? Now this helps us deliver the club head perfectly into the ball. This helps us recenter, relocate. It helps us shallow the shaft, flatten the shaft. But not only that, let's have a look at McIlroy here. Not only that, it helps advanced players stop blocking it. It's the secret move. Now watch McIlroy, probably the best driver of the golf ball ever. Now as he moves forwards, look how he stretches that shirt, keeps the shoulder back, sits down, creating that leading with the hips, right? And I'm going to show you how to feel this move. The first time you can really feel this move in your swing. Now have a look at the creases in the back of that trail wrist. 45 degrees, the PGA Tour average. We've had a look at that recently, covering that on WorldClassGolf.com. Guys, let's have a look how we can feel this move and slot these downswings.
So guys, let's talk downswing and what we can feel here to help everyone hit the ball better, to help everyone deliver this club head on a nice plane, a nice entry, so we can consistently propel a golf ball down the line. Let's talk about a few feels. The thing that we don't want to do, right? The thing that we don't want to do, the thing that unfortunately that we see so much is with a lot of amateur players, they leave their hands up and they turn. They leave their hands up and they turn. They turn a little early here, but they leave their hands up. And of course, there's a couple of things that happen. And normally, the club will be pulled with the shoulder. It'll come in a little bit steep. And normally, a lot of players are hitting the wrong side of the ball. Or, for better players, they'll stand up, somehow correct it, but then you've got the handle really high and you have to sort of bow your wrist down. It's just impossible, really, to become a consistent hitter. So what do we feel from the top? Well, when you get to the top of your swing, you're going to need, as this weights a little bit this right side, we're shifting, but it's not moving like this. You don't close up the window. The arms have got to be able to move through too early. But for a lot of people out there, what you'll need is a little bit of a pulling sensation, because we see amateurs, they don't have that force, they don't pull down, they leave the arms up. So you'll have a little bit of a pulling sensation to close up this gap. Now I've shown people for quite a few years, great ball strikers from this view here and looking with this right arm. So you'll have a little bit of a pulling sensation, and then through impact, you can have a throwing feel and straighten and swing out freely and extend. The next thing is the direction, right? The direction of the arms for a lot of people. Now, it helps when we get to the top and we move down, it's almost going to be feeling for a lot of people that your arms are almost starting in that direction there, maybe about 30 degrees over in this direction, and then rejoining here. And once you get that shift over, once you relocate and center, you've got great pressure on this foot, you've got really good angles, and then you can just literally from there turn and throw your arms out and extend. I think it's pulling and throwing out for a lot of people that we've been working with and helping so many people deliver this club head, this shaft more effectively into the back of the ball. Guys, let's move further into the video, exploring these feels, these moves, and becoming all-round better ball strikers. So guys, let's look at a drill. Let's look at an area. I've been working with this for a long, long time, this drill, and I would say it's really changed my ball striking a lot. It's changed and helped so many of the people that I teach. And it was interesting, recently I saw the same drill or move from Eric Cagorno, who's a good friend of mine. We filmed the Deep to Shallow Swing series together. Great ball striker, that guy. And I just thought it was interesting that he was working on that. And at the same time, I've been working on this now for quite a few months. So I want to share it too. I want to show you how I practice it a little bit differently, but same sort of concept here. Now this movement is it's not just for people wanting to come from the inside. What it does is it helps you sequence. It helps you lead with your hips more effectively. It helps create space with your right arm, one of the big areas, and it helps bring that elbow into a perfect position without any internal rotation, which 100% of golfers need, right? Because we all get that move sometimes. Now the first part of the movement is you get up to the top of your swing. Now what I want you to do is when you come down, it really helps stopping this right shoulder from kicking around. We've got around, seriously, 99% of amateur golfers turning their shoulders and their hips at the same time, coming down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move down, but we're going to just touch the ground with the club just slightly behind the right foot. Close up the gap of your knees. Just do it slowly. And when you do this a few times, you can feel, you don't have to touch the ground, you can just get very close to it, but feel where your elbow is, feel where your arms is. This is a slight exaggeration move, but when you hit the golf ball, we need that because this natural instinct of driving this right shoulder over, especially under pressure, for even professionals, it's a killer, it's a death move. So guys, we're currently down in Portugal at the Oitavas Dunes Golf Club. If you're ever down in this area, it's just an unbelievable resort, a great place to practice.
Now, we've tested a lot of amateur golfers, and what we're seeing is that the shoulders and the hips turn, unfortunately, at the same speed together from the top, and this is incorrect. And this is what tips the shaft over. But not only that, but it causes so many different issues. And it's this turning of the hips and the shoulders that brings us into a really awkward position. Now, we know that we need to hold this shoulder back. We know that we have to get a little bit of a feeling here with the arms and what they're doing. So let's have a look at that now. It's a really, really important part for amateur golfers. Every single amateur player has some form of this in their golf swing.
This is what I love the most. Get up to the top of your swing, move down, and this time when you get down close to the ground here, we're going to swing over the ball. You really feel the bends in your body. You'll really feel the club face and where that is. And then, once you've created that feel, just take a nice, smooth swing at it. Nice strike on that one. And you'll start to feel the bends. I'm telling you, this is the second part is absolutely amazing. Get to the top of your swing, move down, maybe touch the ground a couple of times, but then have a look at the golf ball. Pretend you're going to hit it, swing over it, and feel where the club head and all the bends of your body are. Then come in, take your time and create that same movement. Move through the golf ball. Guys, this is the best drill to create a passive right side, the elbow, to create the space instead of having that, that feeling where you get a little bit stuck and your hand comes off the club or you're just not quite free through the golf ball. It's this length that we get down here. It's this passive right side. What a feeling. Use those two drills, guys. It'll set off a magnificent chain reaction on your entire swing.
So guys, let's look at the facts on the golf swing here. Evidence-based instruction, 4 to 6 inches of lateral shift. Moving through the wall with the hips and the head staying in the same position. How close are you to this position? Because when you get into this place here in your swing, you're going to hit the ball the best you ever have. Amateurs don't even know about this. Really, it's a shame. And the internet, look, guys, there needs to be more commonality amongst golf coaching. Dr. Robert Neal and Craig Hanson, you've got to look at evidence-based instruction. Right? If you follow this is how you improve. You can't just, how many golf tips do you need? All right, you got to get in there and film your swing. Amateurs simply don't know about this position, and drawing a line on the screen, you got to film your swing, guys. Tell me one good player that doesn't film their swing. Every single player out there filming their swings, or send your swing through to me. I'm teaching people online from all around the world. Let's have a look, right? You got to get the good stuff. You got to work on the good stuff. Life's too short to play crappy golf. Let's have a look at a great drill here, some feels, how we can create this stretch, this separation, so that you can get your body closer to the PGA Tour average. So guys, next year in mid-March, Dr. Robert Neal and myself will be holding golf schools in Orlando, Florida, 2-day golf schools covering every area of the game. Can't wait to catch up with you. I'll get you playing the best golf you've ever played. Reach out to me at craig@worldclassgolf.com, craig@worldclassgolf.com.
So guys, deprogram, reprogram, rewire, refire. This drill, I've shown it in the past. It's just so good. I've used it in my own game. I use it all the time. It's something I visualize and I show so many students, whether they're advanced players or intermediate golfers. Let's go through a couple of versions here. And it's just such a good way to help you program some things in your swing. Palms flat against the wall, look over the shoulder, imagine you're looking at the golf ball. Now what we're going to do is we're going to stretch that lead hip. All right, this creates a bit of body awareness. It's like Oosthuizen from the top here, getting that lead hip to separate. We've got the kinematic sequence, right? The 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got the hips, shoulders, arms and hands. Biomechanic coaches like Dr. Robert Neal from WorldClassGolf.com has shown us that. We're working with evidence-based material here. Now this is a great way to create that stretch. Now if my hands leave the wall, watch my shoulder comes out, I'm going to stop moving here because I'm in trouble, and we're going to pause, and we can't close up the gap at the knees. It's nasty stuff. Now this drill, love this one too, basic, simple. Club opposite your right foot, put your hands on the club and just create a stretch. One thing it does, is the left shoulder will act as a wall, which keeps your head still. You're getting your knees to stretch across, so you're getting the lateral shift, and you're keeping the shoulder back. And you can just stop and feel that. Take a club, make a practice swing. Successive movements, then make a shot. This is muscle retention. If you make successive movements and you hit a shot, it's estimated we have 60 to 70% feeling left over from that last movement. Great way to help us reprogram. Guys, don't underestimate basic drills like this because they're so good. It's such an easy way to visualize and feel and really create a great picture in your brain. So guys, a pause at the top of the swing and getting it all to collect, having time at the top of your swing. Great drill this. I've been using the rope a lot recently. This is a great way to sort of get some flow, but also have a little bit of a pause at the top of your swing. So watch this. It does soften the left arm a little bit at the top, but I'm going to swing through. All right, so you can see I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to swing up to the top and just stop, and the rope's going to fall on my back. All right, so you've got to wait for the rope, okay? All right, now when you think you've got the feel, you get in, and you're going to exaggerate this a little bit. Okay, we're going to get up to the top. We're going to pause, and then get through the golf ball.
So one of the things the rope does for the normal golfers out there is it teaches you lag and how the hands and wrists really work in the golf swing. Now, this is really important because you swing the rope a few times and you start to really emulate what the top players are doing. It's almost like unconsciously we know, or the body knows what to do. You see the hand and the wrist positions. Now, for the advanced players, it supplies you with the sense of rhythm, which is essential under pressure, waiting at the top and getting the correct transition. That's more important than anything else for tour professionals or advanced golfers. And when we see that, when we do get this pause, just make sure that you are shifting. Look at that. This is what I'm talking about in this video. Getting in the bottom half to move without the shoulder moving, guys. Just as an essential part, the critical element in the golf swing.
It's absolutely mind-blowing when you do it because it takes out this sort of unconscious necessity to throw the suitcase at it and drive through the golf ball, where in actual fact, when we do make a pause at the top, like I was doing this, practicing with one of the radar devices in the golf hut there and having a bit of a pause at the top. And I thought, it'll be a lot slower, right? And I filmed it at exactly the same speed. And the actual truth was, what was mind-blowing was when I had a pause and then I hit it hard, where I really picked up my distance. So once again, up to the top and then through, up to the top, through. And it sort of makes you feel like Fred Couples. Seriously, I'm not kidding. It makes you feel like an unbelievable, like you've got all this time up the top of your swing. Beautiful flowing shot. I really hit that one lovely.
Voted best swing analysis and best online instruction by several independent surveys. World Class Golf Instruction is transforming thousands of golfers at every skill level. Do not miss out. This video platform has over 1,400 videos and 85 separate masterclass series. The most structured and detailed video platform ever created, improving golfers on average between 4 and 11 shots. Join the chat room and join the community of world-class golf instruction. This is golf instruction that you've never seen before. The proven PGA corridors, factual evidence-based material. Unleash your true potential with the cutting-edge swing analysis technology. Experience the thrill of progress with the state-of-the-art practice programs and specialized golf fitness plans. Best information available.